Hi, I'm Steve Brown from Ohio. I work at University of Findlay, and I'm here at the Australian Halter Showcase. And welcome to Horse Rush TV.
Hi guys, welcome back to Horse Rush. Now yes, we are finally here at a Western event. I know it's been a while, but it's well worth the wait. The Australian Halter Showcase 2004, and I'm with Ray from Chirari Quarter Horse Stud. How are you going, Ray?
I'm good, thank you.
Now for the guys at home, can you give them a brief rundown on what they're going to see on the show tonight?
Well, at the moment behind us is a Western Pleasure. It'll be followed by yearling futurities and reining.
Okay, so finally for you guys at home who have requested reining, we're going to see some good reining tonight, aren't we?
I sure hope so.
Okay guys, so stay tuned for 2004 Australian Halter Showcase.
Also with us tonight, we would like to welcome, for the first time here at the Australian Halter Showcase, Horse Rush TV. These guys have put together a program which they have endeavoured to promote here in Australia. They have now broken into the US market and are selling their programming to the US. And they're here with us today at the Australian Halter Showcase for the first time to film segments of this evening's program. So we'd like to welcome Horse Rush TV along, and as I'm sure everyone will agree, to be able to promote the Australian Western industry, in particular the Australian Halter Showcase on TV, in particular to the US market, is a great breakthrough for the Australian Halter Showcase Committee. So we'd like to welcome Horse Rush TV along here this evening to help promote the 2004 Australian Halter Showcase. The McDonald's family, Crispin Bennett, Horse Transport, Lindara Quarter Horses, Sue Colby from Cedar Creek Group, J Bar C, Ann Lee Saddlery and the Big Valley Quarter Horse Association, High Gain Feeds, ACDC Performance Horses, Gene Redwood Training Stables, Elron Stud and the Hodgson family, ZP Farms, Rick Plattenkamp, Helen Laycock, Rick and Helen, if you're with us, SJ Plastering, Karen Rice, Dreamweaver Marketing, John and Karina Sabine, the Verse Lewis family, Mustang Excavations, Dean and Carla Grass, Windradine Corporation, the Windradine Quarter Horses, the Philpotts Green family, Roxdale Park Quarter Horses, Pam and George Neal, Don and Liz Newnham, Andrew Woolger from Titchmarsh Quarter Horses, Gippsland Regional Appaloosas, and Saddle Up Saddle World Saddlery. They're the major sponsors who have supported us once again in presenting the 2004 Australian Halter Showcase. We do gratefully acknowledge their support and in particular their great assistance in presenting the 2004 showcase here at Werribee Park. The 2004 J-Bar-C Quarter Horses Yearling Halter Showcase to receive the trophy buckle donated by Ann Lee Saddlery. And we do thank J-Bar-C Quarter Horses, the highest placed quarter horse. We congratulate contestant number 162 once again, SSQ Seek the Unique.
Hi guys, okay now I'm with one of the winners here. Now I'm going to get you to tell the guys at home what you've just won. Just introduce yourself as well.
I'm Andrew Soper and I'm from Romsey, Victoria, and we've just won the Australian Halter Showcase Yearling Halter Spectacular. And the filly here's come down from Sydney, and I've showed her to the owners here, Norman Lynn. They've brought her down to have a go at beating the Victorians this weekend, I guess.
Well, how does it feel, guys? I mean, I'll ask you first, how does it feel? They're good on you as well.
Well, it's always spectacular when you prepare a baby and you've done all the hard work to come down and take off the big one, I guess. And this is the biggest futurity of the year in Victoria, and there's plenty more to come, and we'll hope to knock off a few more.
So a lot of training and behind-the-scenes stuff the guys at home wouldn't see.
An awful lot of work goes into a halter horse, more than a ridden horse usually. It's quite difficult.
Well, you're here and you've won, so good on you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now guys, as the owners, how do you feel?
Oh, well, very good that Andrew could do the job for us.
Yeah, it's a lot of work behind the scenes, isn't it?
Yeah, my wife's done all the work, not me.
Well, good on you.
Drive the vehicle.
to number 443, Low and Lethal, Donna Sadler. And ladies and gentlemen, the 2004 Australian Halter Showcase Victorian Reining Horse Association Non-Pro Reining Showcase champion with a 72 score, 443, Low and Lethal, Donna Sadler. Congratulations, Donna, the showcase champion for the non-pro reining for 2004.
Hi guys, now I'm here with the winner of the Open Reining, Dave. Now that's a huge title there, Dave. How do you feel?
Oh yeah, pretty excited about it. We didn't really expect to win, but especially after we had a fairly average run earlier today. But it all just seemed to come together at the right time, so which is a great thing for me, the horse, the owner. So it's it's pretty good.
Well, good on you. It's a pretty big title. Now, for the guys at home, just tell them briefly how much work and preparation would go into, like, even just competing in an event like this.
Well, I had this horse in work now for this horse has been probably trained for a year and a half. Not necessarily for this event. For this event, he would have been in work for possibly 3 months. Not just for this event, there was a big event last week as well. So it was a series of 2 big shows in 2 weeks. Different horses won different events at these shows. This was the last of the big ones. This is the big one at this show. We were just lucky enough to win this one.
I don't think it's luck, but well done, and you must do a lot of hard work behind the scenes that we wouldn't see.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of work done out the back.
Well, congratulations, and thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, now I'm here with the judge, Mr. Steve Brown from Ohio, USA. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Good, thanks. Welcome to Australia.
Thank you. We've enjoyed it.
You having a good time out here?
Yes, we are.
Okay, now for the guys at home, can you just briefly explain just the yearling futurity and the reining, what you look for when you're judging with the horses?
Okay. In the yearling futurity class, what we look for is balance. We compare each individual with balance and bone structure and muscling. So then we compare them and try to get the ideal. In the reining, what we're looking for is we do various maneuvers, and I score them from a -1.5 to a +1.5. So they go through about 10 maneuvers, and we're looking for correctness, control on a horse. In the reining, every time one does a maneuver, I ask myself, was that horse willfully guided? And if that horse was willfully guided, then it's usually a 0 to a +1/2 maneuver.
Okay, so how did you think the guys out here went today in their competitions?
I thought they did very well today. You know, a couple of them had a few bobbles, but overall they were really nice horses.
Now, Mr. Brown, how are the competitors here in Australia compared to the ones in America? I mean, their standards.
Well, you know, I think as far as the quality of horses over here, the quality of horses is high. I mean, you have the same type of horses we have. We have a lot more of them, but you know, as far as the quality, it's great over here.
Well, it's great to have you down here. Now, are you coming back for any other Western events here?
Well, I hope so sometime, but I'm leaving here soon, and I've been here for 2 weeks, so hopefully I get to come back.
Well, we hope in Australia that it gets as big as America one day here with the Western stuff.
Well, I'm sure it will.
Thank you for your time and lovely to meet you, Mr. Brown.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome back to Horse Rush. Today I'm here with Antoinette, our equine nutrition advisor. How are you, Antoinette?
I'm well, Joe.
And what are you going to be explaining to the viewers and myself today?
Actually, we're going to be talking today just the importance of nutrition, just briefly, just to start off with. And over the series, we're going to be talking a lot more in depth about how to feed your horse and how perhaps not to feed your horse.
Is that important?
It's very important. Your horse's health relies on exactly what you put in.
Yep.
And it's the same with humans, you know, what
Yep.
you put in equals what you get out, basically. So, yeah, it's very important.
So basically different courses for different horses.
Absolutely.
Well, there you go guys, enough for me.
Hi, I'm Antoinette Foster, and I'm going to be talking to you over this series about equine nutrition and hopefully dispel the myths that maybe you may or may not have heard and has made possibly feeding very complicated for you, the horse owner. It doesn't matter whether you're a professional rider or whether you are just enjoying horses for the pure pleasure and enjoyment, it makes no difference. At the end of the day, what we feed our horses is extremely important. Nutrition provides the basic building blocks on which our horses are built. Nutrition can affect the reproductive system, performance horses, older horses, it can affect a lot of things. So to get it right is really, really important. Nutrition is very important for your horse's overall performance and health and well-being. In fact, I was in my doctor's surgery the other day and we were talking about equine nutrition and human nutrition, and he said to me that he can tell when a patient walks through the door exactly what they are or are not eating, just purely by how they look and how they walk. And that's the case certainly with horses. It's very easy to determine how your horse is overall, as far as health is concerned, just by clearly looking visibly at the horse. The horse may have a poor coat, he may be perhaps lighter in weight and condition, and in further segments we're going to be talking a lot about body scoring, which really incorporates horses' body weight, whether they're overweight, underweight, whether they're suffering from malnutrition. Nutrition is the key to unlock your horse's genetic potential. Certainly there's no doubt you need to have a fairly good knowledge, or just a general knowledge of nutrition, and that incorporates the digestive system, how it functions, how it works. Also to learn more about what feeds and nutrient contents in those feeds, so what will be the most beneficial option for your horses. In the next show we're going to be talking more about feeding and nutrition, and in the meantime, enjoy your life and enjoy your horses.
Well, there you go guys, I found that very interesting. I hope you did. Now Antoinette, it's not as scary as it sounds.
No, it's not, Joe. In fact, in the coming weeks we're going to hopefully make feeding a lot less complicated than it may appear to be. In fact, it's quite simple.
Well, there you go guys, you want a nutrition segment, we've got it. Well, thank you for today, Antoinette.
Thank you, Joe.
Well guys, stay tuned for more Horse Rush.
Hi guys, welcome back to Horse Rush. Now I'm here today with Carlos and Goldie. Now being the great horse that she is, we had a little incident last week and we're going to discuss that on the show today, Carlos, aren't we?
Yep.
Now I'll just tell you guys the story. We went for a ride and a car backfired, and luckily we're here to talk about it today.
Yeah.
So what would you call this? Desensitizing?
Yeah, we sort of talk about desensitizing your horse, Dad. And again, I'll be using the stock whip because I don't really have a car that backfires. So
Thank God.
we use the stock whip just to resemble the sudden noise. And I'm not saying the guys at home can just go and, crack a whip or something. The sort of the crucial thing to remember is whether it's a flag, a tarp, a stock whip, whatever it might be, you need to have the trust with your horse, because if you don't have the trust, you're not going to build the horse's confidence.
So it goes back to groundwork?
That's right. And at the end of the day, it's just getting her confidence so she can pretty much cope with anything out there.
Yeah, so what can the guys at home do to follow up if they've got these same problems as me and Goldie?
What I'll do is I might leave it when I'm actually doing the groundwork
Yep.
with her, and I explain it through how I approach the horse and how I do it. The things they can do at home, if you've got a horse that, and it's not only with a young horse or the old horse, But the thing is to remember, before you desensitize your horse, that is to, make sure you've got a top relationship with your horse. The horse can trust you. And I think at the end you can pretty much fire a shotgun from the back of her head, but if you don't have that trust, it's not going to happen. At the end of the day, my goal with Goldie and any other horse is to build the confidence. It builds your confidence as well.
Yeah.
But most of all, you build a horse's confidence in a nice way.
Do you think it's harder for us because we don't know her history and I bought her at a much older stage?
Yeah, and that's really, I always say you leave the past in the past, and we just got to work with the horse today. Again, Willow, it took him 10 minutes, it might take Goldie, 10 days. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's seeing the improvement on the horse.
All right, let's go do this exercise then with Goldie and see how we go.
Not a problem. Okay, today I'm with Willow. He's a 4-year-old English riding pony. He has been here for training for a few days, and Willow was like a lot of young horses and even some older horses, as you're going to see later on. He was scared of, a bit flighty when it comes to windy days or anything flying over his head, tarps. So I've done a lot of desensitizing work with him, and I got to say, the stock whip, I just introduced it to him only a couple of days ago for about 10-15 minutes, and it's just to get him used to just accepting things a little bit more easy. And like I said, sometimes it's not so much what scares him, is how things are introduced to the horse. The old way of sucking the horse out was to tie him up and throw tarps and things on him and let him just cope with it. I don't want to do that. I don't want him to be afraid. So in a minute, I'm just going to show you what the finished product is going to be like. And in a second, I'm going to let the stock whip hang down. Slow him down and walk and bring him around, and just let the stock whip touch him all over the body there. And I gotta say, the sensation for a lot of horses with a whip, it sort of resembles like an ugly snake, but this comes in handy again when a horse you're riding down the trail and a car backfires, and all of a sudden the horse spooks and gets scared. And I think again, I don't use artificial aids to get my horse to move, but rather to introduce him to new sensations. And if you make everything you do with your horse a bit of an adventure for him and introduce him the right way, this is the response they're going to give you. So I'm just going to swing it over his head a couple of times like that, and we're going to see later on with Goldie and see her reaction. So this is not only good for the young horse, but also for the older horse. And then I just flick it and start swinging it, just making a bit of a crack there. And again, if I was riding and a car sort of backfired, get a good pop. There, and you can see Willow, he's just accepting. I'm cracking it near his ears there, and you'll see it won't be the same case when Goldie. So Tad will talk more about that later on. So in a minute, then what I'll do is I'm moving on to the right, and then I'll try to do it a couple of times while we're riding. So now I haven't tried this before. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the stock whip in front of Goldie and you there, and she's not too concerned about it at this stage, which is a good sign. And it does look like an ugly snake. That's what you called it last time. And
Disgusting.
Just do that and lift it up, and I'm not cracking it yet. I just sort of created a bit of motion, and so she starts to get used to seeing with her eyes what's happening in front of her. Now, if she decided to
What
move,
do you want me to do? Yeah.
yeah, if she decides to move when I start popping the whip, just, I'll move out of the way and you're going to let sort of the horse circle around you. The sad thing about a lot of people desensitizing horses, most of the times they come and put it on the horse's face, so I'm not going to do that. All right, Dad, what I'm going to do is I want to swing it in a minute and try to have one hit there, so she makes a bit of a, and again, what we got to watch, there you go, you just let her walk. The last thing you can do is actually trap her feet, all right? We don't want to feel that the horse is trapped. There, and then we just take the pressure off, all right? I'm just going to ease it there. You just reassure her, and I go back to what I was doing. There we go, just putting the whip in front of her. And now, that's right. Now I'm going to move away, Tad, and do it just overhead and pop it a couple of times. And you just do exactly the same thing. Build it up until she starts to. There we go, Tad. She's quite good. And she's not, like I said. Now I'm just going to start now going on the other side. And again, and then I'll take over in a minute. And we're going to sort of, there we go. A couple, I'll just give you 1, 2 while I'm there. And we'll go one. Yeah, she's off there, just let her walk around. Okay, well, so the first thing I'm going to do is get Goldie, and just again, like we were saying before with Tad, just to watch her body language, just to approach her with it and rub her, and just try to touch her all over her body, so it's not so much, I don't want to, again, to start to think that it's something to be scared of. And I know Goldie trusts me, we've done a lot of work together, and again, always go on both sides, so it's not just the right hand side and left hand side. There's no sides on a horse, I believe, and you just go and do that all over her body here. And I'm touching it, in case that the end of the whip, it starts to touch her while I'm, when I get on her. I'm going to try today to get on her and see if I can do a couple of cracks there. When she moves away, because she's not too comfortable, again, I just walk forward a couple of steps and stop and come back and start near the head again, or her body. The worst thing you can do is just, start to persist so much where you just chase the horse around with the stock whip. And now I'm just going to lay it out, and what I'm going to do is just, go over her body with it like that, just nice and gentle. Now I'm just going to stop Goldie just here, and I'm going to stay on her by her side, and just put that over her gently first like this, so she gets to see a bit of motion over her head. And most of the times, again, it can be pretty scary for a horse changing from one eye to the other. So she sees the first time with the left eye here, and then with the right eye. Again, she's trying to move and sort of lean on me a little bit. I don't mind she's staying with me, but not to push me around. So what's going to happen, I'm going to do it over her head and then behind my shoulder there. There, that was pretty good. She's sort of there, and you see he's cracking behind her bottom there. And again, this is what happened to Tash. She was riding and the car came from behind, and most times the horse won't be too worried if you do it in the front of her face, but if you're riding and the car backfire and the horse doesn't see the car, that's why it could be a bit more of a starting for the horse. Again, that's pretty good. Again, give it a rub with it. And I'm going to stop in a minute and try to do it as I sit on Goldie. Okay, I'm on Goldie's back now, and again, I'll repeat what I've done on the ground, where I'm just touching her with it, and then we'll give it a go. Again, let her move her feet, so she's going to be walking. She's getting a bit more concerned, because all of a sudden she can see that is on the side, and she's not too happy. But then again, you don't have to do this on the first day with your horse. I mean, we're filming here, and I'm just watching her response all the way, and she was quite good. So I'm just happy just to lay it out and just pop it a couple of times, and then she decides to move, then I'm going to let her. But then again, slowly. There, she's backing up. That's okay. And then I'll let her move. I'll let her move wherever she goes. There, and again, see, she's getting a bit concerned. What I'm going to do, there, just move her forward. So all I want to do now with Goldie here is just be able to swing it over her head a couple of times. She's getting concerned, so I have to reassure her and just move it gently. All right, I'm just moving it gently over there, over her head, and then just do it a couple of times, and then that's it. Now I sort of let her move. All right, I'm not going to scare her and move. But this is what happened to Tad. Tad was riding the horse, and that's exactly a car backfire, which is usually a bit louder than that. And Goldie took off with Tad, and Tad managed to turn her around and stop her. But again, the experience is not really a good experience. So again, I just get her to move. Again, move her feet. I'm not actually trying to stop her. There, and we'll walk a couple of steps forward. And then all I want just from today is to, again, even if I could just have a little canter with her and swing the stock whip. They're all nice, and nothing has to be scary for the horse. So there we go. That was a nice pop. And again, let her move her feet and just stop there. All right, what I'm gonna do now is, again, it's been like less than 5 minutes doing this on the ground. I don't want Goldie to be all stressed out. Again, this can be just good enough for the day. We're gonna keep on working with this, and then eventually Tad will get on and do exactly the same thing that I'm doing. She responded quite well, and again, whether it's a tap, you gotta take the pressure off. Sometimes we sort of expect the horse to learn and sort of accept a whip, plastic, whatever, all in the one day, and I think that's pretty unfair. Go. There we go. And bring it down into the gallop. Slow her down, get her to relax a little bit more. I don't want it taken off. And we slow down. Oh, good girl. And we'll try it again. Stop. Again, a bit of reassurance. And slow it down again.
All right, Carlos, how did Goldie go?
Yeah, again, very short session, Tad, and I think she went terrific. I mean, in the sense that, you know, I don't expect her to stand still while I'm doing that. I mean, that'll come, and like I said, we might see that in future. But I think for the first day, she did terrific, and this is where I was saying earlier that a lot of time we seem to force things into the horse, and I think if I sort of persist with that, she starts seeing it as a threat rather than an opportunity to learn. So, and if she's not learning, I'm not going to learn anything either.
So how long till you get it out again and train her with it again?
I will be going through this for the next 6 days. So
you don't leave it for a month?
I don't. No. This is where, like I said, this is the closest Goldie's been to it.
Yeah.
And I never done it before because we never had the situation. So this is an area, again, you find areas with your horse that you need to work, and you just build a slope.
Okay, guys. Well, that's all for this week. So from the Horse Rush team, be nice to your horse, love your horse, and we'll see you all next week.
Okay guys, now I'm here with the winner of the Open Reining, Steve. How are you going, Steve?
Try Dave.
Okay guys, now I'm here with the winner of the Open Reining, Dave. Do it again.
No, that one. Joe, hang on. Tangle up, mate.
Let me go on this side so they can
Which
see.
side do you want me to stay, man?
Stay there so they can see her face.
Papa is tangle up.
Good girl.
Tangle up.
Good
How
girl.
did you get like this?
Huh?
How did you get like that?
Big stuff. All right.